This your boy didn't know about back with another video. Say man, college football playoffs, man, it sucked. It sucked well up until now because I'm a Texas fan and I ain't gonna lie. Cam Scatterbull scared the shit out of me as a Texas fan. I'm not gonna lie. But up until this, the games have been underwhelming, bro. It's not been too much good games in college football. I think it was the right teams, wrong matchups. Right teams, wrong matchups. And I say that to say this because Arizona State wasn't good enough to get a bye. Boise State wasn't good enough to get a bye. And like I like SMU, I like Indiana, but I thought those four teams should have played each other before they got to the other teams. Now let's look at the college football playoff bracket. Now see, you had Clemson, Texas. The bye was Arizona State. That bye probably should have been Texas. Then you had Tennessee, Ohio State. I was cool with that. Penn State, SMU. I wouldn't have mind if probably Penn State would have got that bye. Boise State definitely shouldn't have got no bye. Um, yeah, I think it should have been something like this: Indiana versus Boise State. We should have got SMU versus Arizona State, and then you possibly could have got something along them lines. I feel like Arizona State, Boise State, SMU, Indiana, they were all deserving to make the college football playoff. But those teams should have played each other. We should have either had Indiana versus Boise State and Arizona State versus SMU, or just some combination of those four. Everybody else should be matched up with each other because they are blue buds. I wouldn't have mind. And then like the buys go to, I guess you could have gave a bye to Oregon. You could have gave a bye to Georgia. You could even gave a bye to Notre Dame, and it was cool. So how many buys was one, two, three, four buys? I wouldn't have been mad if Ohio State got a bye, Oregon got a bye, Texas got a bye, and Georgia got a bye. And if y'all wanted to knock like Texas or Ohio State out for Notre Dame, but Notre Dame had the worst loss. They had the worst loss, and they not in the conference, so I would have been okay with them not getting a bye. But yeah, I thought any combination of Arizona State, SMU, Boise State, and Indiana, those four teams should have been playing each other in the first round. None of them deserved a bye, and you gave two of them a bye in Arizona State and Boise State. So that's why I say right teams, wrong matchups, and hopefully they can learn for this. Just give the best teams the first round buys, and the teams that you kind of questionable about when it comes to strength of schedule, like a SMU, like a Boise State, like a Indiana, you go ahead let them type of teams play each other, man. Because I think that would have been a way more interesting game if it would have been SMU versus Boise State. SMU versus Boise State would have been a better game. And I think Indiana versus Arizona State would have been a great game. Even though Arizona State held their own against Texas. I ain't going to say held their own. That was a damn good game. Cam Scatterbull absolutely deserved deserved his I think he got the most outstanding player on the losing team. He absolutely deserved it. But like I said, I think Arizona State, SMU, Indiana, and Boise State, those four teams definitely deserve to be in. But those four teams should have matched up against each other in the very beginning of the playoffs. And the fact that two out of those four teams that everybody knew weren't as good as the other teams in the field got buys was absolutely ridiculous. And even though Arizona State proved that, you know what I'm saying, they possibly could have deserved a bye, they really still didn't deserve a bye. That just was a hell of an effort by an individual player, Cam Scatterbull. They defense played well as well. But I'm just saying, the college football playoffs, right teams, wrong matchups. I don't believe in giving those teams like Boise State a bye, like Arizona State a bye. Um, I didn't like it when I heard about it. Um, I just didn't like it. Those teams should have played each other in the college football playoffs, opening rounds, no buys. But I do understand giving those teams a chance. But you give them a chance against each other and you let the blue bloods play the blue bloods, and if you make it through as one of those questionable teams, and then you make it to the blue bloods, then yeah. But a bye for Arizona State is crazy. A bye for Boise State was crazy. Absolutely ridiculous in hindsight and in foresight. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about the college football playoffs. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I think Ohio State and Texas is going to be – the winner of that game is going to win the whole thing, in my opinion. I think Texas is the best team in the country. And the only team I'm a Texas fan, but the only team I was scared of was Georgia, just because they front seven and defense just wreaked havoc against us. Just perfect matchup defensively for them. And Ohio State is gonna be a hell of a team, but if Texas can get past Ohio State, I think they win it all. And if Ohio State can get past Texas, I think they win it all. Notre Dame is a good team. Penn State is a good team, but I just don't think their offenses are dynamic enough for either Texas or Ohio State. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the college football playoffs. Do y'all think those were the right 12 teams, just wrong matchups like me? Or do y'all think it just should have been other teams? Because Alabama lost their bowl game. I get it. Some players were sitting, but it is what it is. South Carolina lost their bowl game. A lot of the teams that people wanted in, they lost their bowl games. I think it was the right 12 teams. But I just think that the matchups were all out of whack, and I think the byes were all out of whack. Like I said, I thought Indiana should have played Arizona State or something like that, and I thought SMU should play Boise State or something like that, or one of those combinations of the four. Those should have been the games in the first round. But this your boy DJ Noseball. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the college football playoffs, the format, the teams for this year, what y'all want to see them do next year. Let me know in the comments. Talk to me. I'll talk back. It's your boy DJ Noseball. I'm out.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.